On the 16th of February 1845, a ship known as the Fatel Razak departed Calcutta, India, carrying the first Indian immigrants to the mysterious land of Trinidad and Tobago. The first name which appeared on the ship's register was that of a 20-year-old male called Bharat. The name Bharat is also the Hindi name for the Republic of India. Bharat and others embarked on this journey to work as indentured laborers in the British colony of Trinidad, where slavery had recently been abolished. Their arrival was eagerly awaited by the colonists, who believed these new workers could save the island from depression and ruin. After 96 days aboard the Fatel Razak, the first 227 Indian immigrants docked in the Gulf of Paria, bringing with them a whole new culture and way of life. This day, the 30th of May 1845, would come to be known in the future as Indian Arrival Day. Over 143,000 Indians came to Trinidad and Tobago to work as indentured laborers in the years spanning 1845 to 1917. Each individual was granted a 5-year contract, upon completion of which they were given a choice: a gift of 10 acres of land or returning home to India. Many were sold the false promise of paradise not too far from home. The reality, however, was quite different: a harsh overseas voyage under cramped and uncomfortable surroundings. Then, upon arrival, immigrants were put to work the very next day. In spite of the many hardships, the vast majority would choose to stay upon completing their indentureship. And now today, Indo-Trinidadians make up 37% of the population, making them the largest ethnic group present in the country.
East Indians who came to Trinidad and Tobago faced many challenges in adapting. The system of indentureship was slavery in all but name. The Indian immigrants were now faced with a language barrier. Many were forcibly converted to Christianity, and living conditions were generally poor. However, indentureship had one major advantage: they were guaranteed freedom to stay or return home at the end of the contract. Many immigrants chose to stay after indentureship and sought a better life in the New World colony. As settlers, they focused on acquiring land, and many were able to ensure upward mobility for their children through education. Despite the enforced assimilation of indentureship, many were able to retain their traditions and customs within their families. Hinduism and Islam persevered and eventually helped transform Trinidad and Tobago into a colorful, cosmopolitan society. Indian styles of dress, cuisine, music, song, and dance have all survived and been enshrined in Trinidad and Tobago's culture. Indentureship as a system lasted 70 years and saw over 140,000 Indian immigrants brought to Trinidad and Tobago. This system finally ended in 1917. Since then, Indo-Trinidadians have integrated to West Indian society while still retaining some aspects of their forefathers' culture. Many have risen to positions of prominence in society, and in 1995, the government of Trinidad and Tobago declared May 30th Arrival Day. The occasion was especially significant to the East Indian community since it marked the 150th anniversary of the arrival of the very first group of indentured laborers. Since then, massive celebrations are held throughout the country on this day to commemorate the arrival of East Indians and other groups to our Twin Island Republic. Celebrations take place in the form of parades and other social events designed to pay homage to our forefathers and to East Indian pioneers whose contributions helped shape Trinidad and Tobago as a society. The arrival of Indians in Trinidad and Tobago was not initially perceived as permanent by either the colonists or the indentured laborers. Of course, thousands did choose to return to India at the end of their contract. However, with the promise of 10 acres of land for those choosing to settle, the vast majority decided to seek out a better life here in TNT. The immigrants who stayed were faced not only with the challenge of integrating into Western society, but also with the challenge of building a community amongst themselves. They did not all originate from the same provinces in India, and differences in caste and religion often added to the discord. The occupations and levels of adaptation and assimilation also varied among the indentured immigrants. East Indians who came to Trinidad and Tobago worked on various sugar estates. Among these estates were Waterloo, Woodford Lodge, Picton, Union Hall, Brunt, Esperanza, Caroni, and Canaan. A significant percentage of Indians were also employed on the cocoa, coffee, and coconut estates. Additionally, some East Indian immigrants arrived seeking employment as shop owners, petty traders, and as primary school teachers in the Canadian Missionary Indian School.